Well, hey guys, welcome to This Week in our Smite. I'm Gormizer, and joining me, I did the intro music for Charlie and J-Mac, who's controlling the computer.
Hey, yeah, that's me. I'm on the computer. We're on reddit.com/r/smite.
Is that really the website?
/top/?week to mean so we're in the top post for this week on r/smite.
If you were wondering why it's called This Week in our Smite, maybe this is revealed a little bit to you. Guys, I'm going to be honest. I went the extra mile because we had quite a few weeks where I'd come in and like a few of the posts would show up. So I unfollowed the Smite subreddit specifically to make it so that this segment could be more surprises for me.
Okay. Well,
I like surprises.
Now, I'll say that I did kind of browse through because we do want to make sure, something.
That's also like
something messed up doesn't kind of
heavily in your job.
Well, yes, I'm also just naturally scrolling through the Reddit just because, being on a community team, that's one thing we look at is the community feedback there.
They are part of the community.
On Reddit, Twitter, Discord, whatever other social media platform stuff goes on, we are looking at that kind of stuff. But obviously, right before we go on the segment, we have to go through and kind of make sure any some wild post doesn't pop up that we kind of can't show anything and whatnot. But this week, it's all good, and it's a lot of Smite 2 stuff because surprise, Smite 2 was last weekend.
What is this? r/smite 2?
Someone get on it.
Gave you a little knee slapper myself.
Hey, that's a good one.
Thanks, man.
I'm wondering if his username was like Nick, bunch of numbers.
Oh, we know Nick. We're aware.
I don't think we saw him last time. And
he went under the radar last time.
I think
for sure.
And it's been 2 weeks since
he's
then.
Cooking
He's been cooking something up, bro.
He's cooking a batch.
I'm imagining.
One day we're gonna pop back in. He's gonna have like 15 posts that are just all the top posts. It's just gonna be Nick. But Nick is not the top post this week. I think we might be ready to jump in to the Reddit now.
Show me.
It's actually from Snufflebox talking about how Smite 2 had 130,000 unique players pop in last weekend.
Hey, look, I used to do a lot of stuff that involved numbers. That's a big one.
That's
a real big number.
That's probably the biggest number I've ever seen.
It's a very large number. So this is I really just hit you with a
I can't think of a bigger number, on God.
But yeah, this is the tweet from Stu, CEO here. Talking about, having 130,000 players that popped in. And also saying over 19% of those players, I'm going to quick math and say that's like 23,000 people. That's probably actually a little bit more. 25,000 roughly people.
2,600-ish.
26,000.
Yeah. No, you're in the right
26,000 people played at least 20 hours of the 58, meaning they spent almost a third of the live time of the game client in there playing the game, which is a lot of hours considering, again, we were only open on those for 3 days, and 2 of those were like normal work days for people.
I'm proud of them. I obviously couldn't spend that much time on the game because I was just grinding it myself. But
you might be in that 19%. Were you not in that? You were like your Professor Trelly day was.
That's true.
That was a pretty lengthy one.
I'm thinking, well, how many hours? 20 hours or more. 3 days to do so.
So at least
I double streamed the first day. No, I definitely hit over 20 hours.
That's just like 6 to 8 hours.
Charlie, you're part of the 19%.
I'm part of the 19%.
You're part of the 19%.
Thank you.
Good job, Charlie. Good job.
Yep.
But congratulations to Smite 2 for the 130,000 people, and hopefully more to come with Alpha Weekend 2 on the horizon and everything like that. Our next one is when no one understands fire creeps will win if not stopped. Do we have audio for this?
I would assume so. This is when you're just raging.
Okay, here we go.
They have all 3 birds down.
All 3 Phoenixes are down.
And everyone
and the team has left the base. And there are creeps. Oh, no. I feel this guy's pain already.
Yeah. It needs to be one person that's not Ymir. That's all it would have taken.
Hold on, yeah. Where is Friendly Gods? I would leave that Camazot's back.
Yeah, no, they are all running up lane right now.
Does Wukong have teleport?
Yeah, actually, Wukong stay back.
Yeah, Wukong should definitely be helping. Dude, this Ymir is panicking.
I see. Look at the Titan's health. Oh my god.
The anxiety,
22,
man.
19,
Okay,
18, 17, 16,
I think he's fine.
15, 14,
oh no, there's another wave.
12, and now he's got more.
Yeah.
11,
Oh, no,
10,
another
9,
wave, dude.
8, 6, 5, 4. You gotta get. They gotta
493.
Yeah. They didn't believe that.
Wow.
Look, Honor said, lol, like, bro, we had it. No problem.
493 HP.
They trusted you to carry the game. And
That right-hand wave, if they take like 10 more seconds, they lose that because of the right-hand fire minion waves. Oof.
That dude is probably like so stressed out right now. He just added or he just removed like 2 years of his life.
Yeah. Ymir, MVP.
Yep.
Nice work on the defense.
Can I see the comments though? I want to see if people are praising him.
Yeah, we can pull up the comments real quick. Here, we'll go ahead and go
You deserve to win.
Not
team.
not. That's a good
Bro's
one.
fighting for his life.
I was stressed through all the video. I think how your ult came off of cooldown.
Yep.
Having me sell 3 defense items for damage and you won't struggle while your team pushes. That's not bad tech. Walk in the fountain real quick, buy a couple of damage items.
Yep.
But then if they don't win,
Then you're a
you've
damage.
lost a lot
Yep,
of your tankiness
you're
and
ready
a
to cook.
lot of money.
Now, this is a cool post. It's comparing the icons for the abilities from Smite 1 and Smite 2. Smite 2 is on top, Smite 1's down on the bottom. This is for all the gods that were in the first alpha weekend.
Now, I'll go ahead and say Bologna, the hammer and scourge look
Yep.
awesome.
Oh yeah.
I actually really like her banner as well because like the whatever that is, the effects on the bottom.
So there are 2 things that I've noticed that make me react like viscerally in real life in Smite, and one of them is when Medusa ults, I instinctively look to the right. Like I look away in game,
Always to the right.
but in my face cam I look away. Like naturally I do it. Everyone always clips it. It's so goofy. I don't know why I do it. But now Bologna's new bludgeon effect in Smite 2, every time it slams, I go like I react with it because she goes bang, and it looks so good. So does the icon.
What I like is like you can see some of the themes that like stayed similar, and then some of the places where I would argue like it improved. Like I think Shards of Ice for Ymir, like his ult, is just better.
I mean, look at Fenrir's jump. Like it is much
he's
better.
Actually jumping.
Yeah, there's just a line.
But I do like that his ult was like, okay, so he had white teeth, now he got yellow teeth. That guy needs to go see a dentist.
I do like Cernanos' ultimate change. You know, it's just kind of the standard little pig, and now you kind of got this actual like reactive pig along with that one. That's good. Probably my favorite set from Smite 2 might go to Bacchus.
I was gonna say Bacchus looks real
is
clean.
pretty intimidating.
All right, but hold on, and this isn't the full set. Favorite individual icon is the anime face Loki.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
He does look pretty edgy. I can't lie.
Oh wait, we can zoom in a little more on that. Here we go.
Look at that guy.
That gives me like
That's
solo
really
leveling vibes for some reason. Like I would look like one of the monsters from
How
that
is
game.
that, by the way?
It's great.
Okay, so I should watch that.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
Get on
I'm gonna
that.
add it
It's
on my
short
list.
too.
Okay, zooming in more on the pig, I think this might be my favorite one. Is the new Cernanos.
I don't know about you guys, but when I see that picture, I hear, like pig noises. That wasn't a good one, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I won't do it again, so don't ask.
Wait,
wouldn't
what was it? Show
Okay.
Do it again?
No, sorry, I just can't do it.
Let's go back and clip it and rewatch.
I've seen 1,001 of these, but this one better be good. That's
All
what
right.
I'm saying.
Funny, but like
So yes, there was an interaction where you could blink during channeled abilities in Smite 2.
No.
I know there's a huge discussion going on social media about it now.
what?
Oh, you know, IRS in fucking shambles. Why would they?
This
do
guy
that?
doesn't know about
This
combat
is the
blink
worst
days, bro.
Yeah, first and foremost.
It's been done, been there, done
Yeah,
that.
this is what I wanted
Yeah.
to see. I wanted to see some Cameroonies, man.
That was my like we were even talking about it, but like back with combat blink, like the tech used to be you would grab like Ares ult, right?
Yeah.
And you'd get 4 people, and then you'd blink over a wall. So not only are you pulling them, they're now locked up.
Yeah, I loved seeing Hindu tweet like seeing combat blink arguments on my timeline after 8 years. Like people are thinking it's some new tech.
It's
like, we been had combat blink conversations.
what's it called? You live long enough, you see history repeat itself.
Sure does.
Except instead of like on century scale, we're just on like game scale.
100%.
8 years is a century for a video game.
That's
so.
true.
All right. So yeah, you
Yeah,
can blink during channeled abilities for Smite 2. I know that's being discussed right now. I think that was even included on the patch notes that wasn't intended, and now there's like discussions amongst community of should it stay, should it not.
I think
stay?
my favorite was someone was saying they were like the blink is the only good thing you get out of it. The they didn't like they were like the rest of the item like you're griefing me if you buy this.
Next one with 11.5 Tiamat will have 10 different ways to proc on hit ability triggers.
That's
That
all.
comes
Hey,
with the pet proc changes now, so her Minotaur or bull will be able to do that.
I'm doing math. 10 different ways to proc on ability triggers. That's a pretty high number.
I'm not gonna let that slide. J-Mac does know the name of all of the Tiamat.
Yeah. Wait, and what were they?
Well, the serpents don't have direct names, so I call them Larry, Terry, Jerry, and Mary.
Didn't need to know that. Just the bull, please.
Then you have Kusariku, and the tornado is Umu Dabrutu.
Yeah.
That's in the ability description. I didn't go lore diving for that one. Thankfully, somebody else lore dived for me.
But
The ox, though?
did we not name the lizards if the tornado's
Riku.
named?
They're just the serpents of Tiamat.
Right, but the ox name isn't in the description.
Yeah, it is.
Not so the tornadoes as well? They both
Tornado
are?
is as well. They are both
Oh.
in the ability description.
Not as cool then. Never mind.
That's called reading the tooltip, something not a lot of Smite players do.
Well, I definitely read it, but I can assure you I didn't read the name.
I guess I'll put it more so. That's in like the flavor text portion of the ability description compared to the numbers and actual like what does it do.
So bad I did this at one point, but I admitted to Lermy like face to face that I was like 90% of the time there's a lot of flavor text in those abilities that I look at ability type and then I read the numbers at the bottom. I mean, and there's a whole thing in the middle that I skipped. I felt so bad.
It does have to be there, but
yeah.
I would say the majority of Smite players are like, this one does damage, this one is my escape, this one does damage. Cool. And that's the end of it.
If I see like cone and stun, then I'm like, cool, I know what I need.
There you go.
I know what this does.
Yeah, I know for sure.
Cone and taunt. Cool. I guess what? I know what this ability does.
The other one, I don't remember the name of the second one, but like when Olorun shoots out his ultimate, like the two things that like create the rectangle also have names. And I think one of them's like Oldemare or something like that.
Wait.
Like when he fires
Olorun?
Sanctified Field, Olorun.
Yeah, so like
The Sanctified Field has Sanctified Field names? Like there's names
there's
of the
two
field?
there's two
like Elysium?
there's like two spawns that he sends out that creates the field.
Oh.
And one of theirs name is Oldemare.
J-Mac was just waiting to use that one time in a cast.
That one, no, I actually learned that one because had been, the balance, patch notes just came out. You already saw that Olorun got buffed. We were looking a lot of Olorun, and I was reading through a lot of his flavor text and just his text in general while we were trying to think of like balance stuff for him. And I saw that, I'm like, those things have names? Cool, good to know.
And that was the buff, is they got names.
They got names.
Answer me this. If we put all the flavor text in one place, would that be Flavor Town?
Flavor Nation.
There's no such thing as Flavor Nation, man.
Well,
We're about to make
put a bunch of flavor towns
Nation.
together.
Then
you get like a flavor county.
But there's
you get
only
a bunch of those. You get a flavor
counter
state. Then you get a bunch of flavor
nation.
states. You get a flavor nation.
I regret opening this bag of worms.
And then combine them all together. Eventually, you
worms.
get to flavor globe.
I like how
flavor
this all
world.
spawned from talking about the Tiamat procs.
just go to the
Good
next
artwork, by
one.
the way, as well. This artist is like the Tiamat artist in our community, and I absolutely love it.
Great artwork for sure.
Next one is, this is talking about default beads for Smite 2. This is a big thread that Final K put out there on Twitter and sparked a lot of conversation around it. So I guess maybe I can open up the floor, at least to maybe your general thoughts on it. So at the moment, if you didn't get a chance to play Smite 2, beads is one of your default relics along with a ward. And the big discussion right now is just, should it be there? Should it be a default, or should it be one you have to pay for, via like an active item? Maybe what's kind of the general.
What I think is interesting is that it's the way the conversation is that, and I can agree with it, where like the gods that have come from Smite 1 and have Smite 1 CC still kind of baked into their kit kind of necessitate beads. That's why it's such a big deal to get beads in Smite 1 now. And so like the conversation is, should you change those aspects of those gods so that beads is less necessary? Because like I think we could say this, but there was a point where there was a playtest with gods as is and no beads, and it felt miserable because you're just CC, like you were just CC'd constantly. And so it's like if the design is to keep them as close to their like original essence as possible, beads is almost necessary to be there. If you want to change them up, and that's for someone way above me to decide, then I think you could probably pull it away. But you would have to then go through and slice some things out of the kits or minimize the numbers, things like that.
Yeah, and I think as well, I believe it was one thing that was mentioned kind of during the Dev Insight, the day that the patch actually went live, was that beads are there. They're on a fairly long cooldown as well. It's not like your current like 2 minutes and 20 seconds. It's like a 3.5 minute cooldown right now. But also just about every CC in the game has been brought down a bit as well. So it's not like you're getting like these 6-second cripples from like an Ardia or something like that anymore, like these 3.5 second freezes from Ymir or whatever it may be. All those numbers are being shifted just a little bit to kind of balance that out a little bit more. So as things are coming from Smite 1 to Smite 2, those adjustments and such are being kept in mind. Also, just got to remember, this is still early stages of the game, so a lot could change. If there is an overwhelming amount of people who think that beads should not be a free thing, there will be discussions that will come up to say, should we change that? Should we make something else the default? Should there even be a
Smite
default?
1 alpha? And try to compare that to like what you could just load up and play today. Like that it ain't the same game, bro.
So I guess to kind of cap off the discussion there is it's being talked about, like internally, it's being talked about externally. There's always going to be topics of balanced discussion that are going to be going on. And again, because Smite 2 is such in its early frameworks, there's a lot that can still be expanded on beyond there.
For sure.
Fenrir's new form of CC. Oh, I haven't.
Is he gonna blink with someone in his mouth?
Oh.
That seems like great immunity. My guy got out of there.
Bro's got total immunity. He's just gone.
Yeah.
That is my reaction as well. Gone out of there. Wait.
He's good.
Hey, he's back. Wait, hold on. Is he back? No, no, it's first person. Oh no, he got put into spectator mode.
Yeah, so in Smite 1,
his model shows back up, it's very much like the Doctor Strange moment of like Loki coming back and I'm falling for 30 minutes.
Yeah, if you ever bugged out of the map, you would just die. I guess there wasn't like a kill floor in the Smite 2 alpha, so bro just fell infinitely. Unfortunate.
Fell so hard it became a spectator.
Yeah.
I can't take part in this battle for the gods anymore.
Unlucky.
That's a little fun bit. Again, bugs in Smite 2, where everything's being looked at, being worked on.
It's an alpha.
I think we're going to see a very fast dodge.
Honestly amazed how fast people close because they got that roll, not even 10 seconds in.
So it's going to be support.
It's going to be support.
We all know it.
Support.
Has to be
Which
support.
means you weren't queuing with me. Which makes sense, because looking at your UI, this is PlayStation.
All right. Wait, that's top pick got support. And top pick dodge.
Didn't even attempt a trade.
Did not. He said, I'm top pick. I didn't get my roll. Or maybe he got his roll and still just didn't want to do it. I don't know.
What's crazy to me, when you're at the top, you're like the one who, like, you're supposed to get your selected role. Like, you're the guy.
The majority of the time.
Yeah, so it's still, there's still chances?
It is not always, right?
Okay.
There is based on what I've learned from Max.
I speak as someone who never gets the top role in the lobby.
There is, like, if you don't get your role, you're essentially put in, like, a priority where it's like, we want to give you your role more often this time, and if you don't get it again, then you're guaranteed to get it a certain
that's actually really neat.
Right, and if you got your role the past, like, 2 games, you're more likely not to get it.
You know what's crazy?
I
always get my role because I just queue support.
Right.
And
I've never run into this.
Right.
I didn't even know that was the way the system worked. I've never run into that.
That's assuming that your roles don't perfectly line up. You know what I mean? Like, if you have 5 people that want mid, it's going to have to...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure it applies both to ranked and casual conquest as well. So, like, you know, even in your casual games, that could happen. I think it's like if you go 3 games without your role, you're almost essentially guaranteed. Not 100%.
Yep.
But it kind of works like... I like to see it as it works like the current crit system in Smite, where like you got a 10% chance to crit, but if you don't get that crit, it goes up just a little bit on your next time, and then a little bit up on the next time, until eventually you're gonna get that crit, but then you might not get
that.
Just be top pick every time.
That's the second time that's come up.
That'll be better. Guan Yu and Sun Wukong confirmed for Smite 2. We got the new skins.
Yeah, everyone has been treating the cross-gen skins as confirmations, which I guess smart thing to do. They are going to be in the next generation, so it makes sense. And I've seen a lot of people super hyped about that. They're like, Wukong confirmed, let's go.
That's a super
and it's
cool
just a great skin
awesome
as
skin.
well.
I'm
Horse looks
one. You one trick, bro.
Let's go back to a Wukong.
Okay, I might be a Wukong one
They're
trick.
both just dope.
Dude, he's stylish.
I
Look
wish
at
I
his
could.
shoes. My boy, clean.
I wish there was a world I could pull off an outfit like that, but I just do not think I could.
We actually talked about it on the patch notes. This would be like one that you could just like casually cosplay without like doing like the full like fursuit style. If you just wanted to wear just the clothing in this, very doable for some Wukong.
And you just buy like PVC pipe and some foam, and you could bake the Jingu Bang pretty easy.
That assumes I'm a crafty person, though.
You don't got to do a lot with PVC pipe.
You are a crafty person. Why are you
J-Mac, who knits all the time.
I was about to say, I might be craftier than the average person. And let me tell you, sculpting was not my forte.
Hey,
I actually did a small pottery sculpting class in college. Did not do great there. I did make like the world's smallest like little like probably not confirmed world's smallest, but like that thing was like the size of a dog tag in like width of like just like a little cup. It's like a little drink.
I made a little pot. My mom still uses it as like a makeup thing.
Nice.
Thanks, man.
Next up.
Oh, this is
a sick skin. So more skins, and I believe on 2 gods that are already in the alpha. We have on her. That one was confirmed out there. Very cool skin, the Iron Fang, and then Athena also got one.
Those are so sick. My goodness.
These are so good. actually like much more vibrantly purple for the Smite 2 render than it is for Smite 1, which is part of the cool benefits of the upgraded lighting engine for Smite 2 is being able to get these very vivid and, and
more
bright
color.
colors.
I like her hair.
Was there more scrollies?
Oh, there's more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But wait, there's more.
Got the prismatic gust Kukul Khan. Luckily for me, I still have the names of the skins back here on this little sheet of paper.
Well done, J-Mac.
Oh, and then it's the
I'm gonna be real. You could have not told me that you had those on the piece of paper. I was like, damn, he just knows.
No, I need that.
My guy's just a knower.
No, I need that because here's one from 11.4, which is when we had the Bacchus and the Raw skin.
Right.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna remember Vizier Egbert Beakington Raw or how to spell half of that. So
Yeah,
we had to write that
I've got
stuff
I have
down.
that one memorized just because I've been using that skin pretty consistently. And whenever someone asked why I picked Raw, I said, "Did you refer to Vizier Egbert Beakington?" like that.
As just Raw.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So more great skins coming out for Smite 1 and Smite 2. Excited to see what they do with Nox in Smite 2. Maybe a rework Hershey's part of the release cast. Unknown.
Right.
That's all. I don't have much more as far as any kind of confirmation other than Nox is a god.
I
Smite 1.
want you to know, everyone out there, if you were one of the people that came into my chat and said that you wanted to see Nox in Smite 2 early and you wanted her to be able to detonate her 2 whenever she wanted, that I don't think that you should ever be able to balance a game. That's what I want you to know. If you are out there. I didn't like that one bit. I viscerally like gagged.
In fact, you know what? You sold. I'm against this idea entirely.
Yeah, I went.
He's about to gag here on
Delete
Steam
Nox from
too,
mythology.
just thinking
And
about
I'm
it
still
again.
thinking about it. I am not even like the biggest Nox hater, but trying to make her like more. No, none of that. None of that. I don't want to see it.
You'll just have to wait and see what happens with Nox and Smite 2.
Agreed.
Because we have no information on that. Essentially, if it's not like the next like 3 gods in the pipeline, like I'll be honest, I have no idea about them. Like I can only see.
So
what's
you know
next,
about the next 3 gods in the pipeline, then?
what's the next few gods ahead. Correct.
All right. So just give me like an eye scratch when I get to them. Aphrodite on her AMC.
Well, Honor's already in the game.
I was just
so.
gonna go through A's. I already Agni.
Achilles. He's
nice.
an A. Ares. He's an
No,
A.
you're Apollo.
oh man.
Artemis.
Nice.
RDO.
What if I just had really
killing
itchy?
this.
Are
what if
there
I
any
just-
other R's? Oh God.
R's were an A.
Yeah,
You're the A's.
AR.
Did you forget about Amaterasu?
Arachne.
Oh, Arachne, Amaterasu. Here's the thing: we had the whole
Agni.
Hold on, we had the whole Smitely feud last week that talked about the gods with A. Apparently, there's too many in the game.
That is true.
So that's those lists that are like you've got 10 minutes to name all
youtube.com/SmitePro.
100 Smite
Yep.
gods and like I'm bad at them, bro.
Yep.
You put a timer up there, I can't name
I
everything.
think I got like 75%
Yeah,
the
the
last time that I did the quiz.
75. I was gonna say 70 is like usually what I get to. 75. Do you do the timer though, or you just let the?
It was the timer one.
Okay, yeah.
It was like a
10-minute timer,
10 or
yeah.
15-minute timer if I remember.
The problem
right.
is like 4 minutes in when I've like blasted 50 gods and my brain just stops providing things.
Yep.
I don't care anymore.
I have so many little tricks. I'm like, okay, we'll go with Guardians, Mages, whatever. And I'm like, okay, let's go with good SPL guys. I'm like, okay, cringe rank picks, dual god. You know, like I have so many different ways in my head to like pull from them, and then they run dry, and I'm like, I forgot about Kumba. That dude be sleeping.
Yeah, like,
you know,
I'll
Sounds
throw
like,
like my favorite ones out there right away, and then I'll start like branching from there. Like, okay, cool. Let me grab like my favorite supports to play, and then it's like, okay, cool. What are other guardians to play? The thing that I kept getting hung up on was how do I spell these characters? Because I'm
Yep.
like, how do you
That's
spell
fair.
Kumbha Karn or Ratatosk or Kukulin?
That's
we
fair.
need to sit down. We'll do it all on that computer, but individually and separately.
Yep.
And it'll be that can be a casual Friday where we just go through.
Honestly, we could.
I pitched that last meeting. I
Oh
think.
yeah,
Maybe
that's
the one
probably
before
why
that.
it's so in my mind.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
But it seems like it's my idea now.
No,
I said
it
it
got
on
said
the-
on
I said it
camera. That's
publicly
clearly yours
first.
idea.
Unlucky.
So our next one was a little teaser that we had on Twitter from Ro, which was talking about the Bastet cats damaging areas in damaging a small AoE where the cat lands, as well as being able to proc item effects. So part of 11.5 is that some, not all, have to stretch. That's not all pets will be able to start procking damage items, at least ability damage item procs. No basic attack ones just yet. It was mentioned that things like Stormseeker make that a little more complicated for physicals, because imagine having a bunch of like arachne spiders just running around and proccing that kind of stuff would be absolutely insane. But some pets and some instances of those pets are now able to proc ability effects.
Turret, thumbs up.
Huge.
Bastet cat, thumbs down. That's my opinion.
About Calder Dash.
I don't see Scotty enough to care, honestly.
Scotty's apparently been like
she's on the rise,
dominating in the rank scene.
She's on the rise, no doubt about it. When you go tablet Vulcan, though, it feels miserable. When you put your turret down and didn't stack it, so like I'm happy about that.
I would do.
But I already get mad when people miss the Bastet Cat and I get slowed, and now like they're getting rewarded more for missing it. I want it only to happen if you hit the initial hit. Like if you miss the cat, I think it should just despawn. Instead of chasing you down and slowing you. I hate that.
This let Calder execute also comes maybe like 5-ish minutes after let me balance the game, just give me 20 minutes, which is a great combo of comments.
Look, here's the thing. Mini will remove anything that they don't like, and then they're just going to buff Disco like crazy.
Increase Disco 2 to 1.75 seconds at max rank 5.
Oh, wait, yeah, you're right.
Told you.
That's a long
Mini likes Disco.
That's a long little route there,
Yeah, why not? Just make it. Just increase that route time. Who cares? Nah.
I'm going to be taking notes.
We got Chalk Teleport Tech next. Okay. Oh, no sound for this one. I guess it's just a GIF. Goes back to base. Oh. Okay. So it's on the ground at least like 5.5 seconds then.
Yeah. This used to be really fun with like Scylla and Bastet back in the day. It was immediately removed, and I don't think Chalk's gonna have this one for much longer.
The thing is, like, unless you have auto buy or the like store already open, you're probably not even gonna be able to make use of that like level of teleport.
Yeah, you will get one tick of HP and mana and go back.
That is just like all right, cool. I've got like everything I need. This is like the epitome of I needed one more wave of gold to get my item. I'm gonna go back and I'm just gonna go back and do that real quick and then come back to base for my item.
Yep.
Neath pick rate was over 50% during the Smite 2 alpha weekend. We have the stats here from Max Innocent Rabbit on Twitter. There's the 0.01% of games for both Hecate and Morrigan.
All right, Max, this is the new challenge.
Oh.
Of the 51.17% of Neath, how many of them were playing the new Neath skin? Gotta put them on blast.
I gotta imagine that's probably trackable.
Every Neath game I played was on the new skin.
I did not. Unfortunately, I messed up where I put like the regular Founders Pack in, and then I got the Ultimate Founders Pack, and then I didn't go back to like Smite 1. And
to open it back up.
Yeah, so I didn't have my Neath skin for the whole time.
Yeah, I got my. I did that so I could play the Kakademe and Ymir skin. Because that's a good one.
Oh, it's a great
one.
Very nice
Neath,
one.
Ymir, Anubis is a top 3. Like, this is speaking to me on an emotional level.
Yeah,
I love
right
this.
behind also.
I could never imagine how fun Ymir could be if you just gave him a little whoop on his 1 and then not root lock him in his 2. I was loving Ymir. It was fantastic.
Also, the fact that Fenrir and Zeus got both the exact amount of games played over the course. Like, there was a lot of games. Like, we put out a whole thing about that, actually. Hold on. Actually, I'm just going to go to our Twitter that put up just how many games were played over the course of this. By the way, Smite Game on Twitter. Check this out. Look at that. 604,470 matches. And you're telling me Fenrir and Zeus got played the exact same amount of time in both of those?
Not bad.
Crazy.
Not bad at all.
This is just a cool video. Oh, that was loud. There we go. We're just going to turn the volume away from that one. Let's see what other cool stats there are. Over 3 million kills, 832 million
damage. Is that 10 billion damage?
Yeah, that'd be 10.5 billion damage, as well as nearly 7 million ults fired.
At least half of those were me. I was cooking.
It's because you were in the top 19% of players who had
Sure
spent a lot of
was.
time.
Sure was.
Oh, there we go. 346,000 hours played, and it was only live for 58. Like,
can you click play?
yeah, I can click play.
I thought there was something else. I'm sorry.
Just take a look.
No, that's good stuff.
Thank you for the alpha.
I thought there was one more thing I wanted to touch on, but there wasn't. I lied. Or I was about to lie, but I didn't.
Patch note discussion thread. Make sure you go in there. This is what we was kind of shown earlier. Like, wait, hold on. Hecate and the Morrigan. There was a small bug that did allow them to be played by a very, very small select few people. I think it was like 20 players total for both of those two gods that got a chance to play. So those popped in there. Oh, this one was a cool one to come by, seeing that our comic was in someone's shop. So if you don't know or you haven't seen, like, on our,
did you get these from First Worlds?
I think it was 2 different worlds had them. I think Worlds had one of them, and then the next year had the next round of them.
Yeah,
and here's the thing about how I've been to launch tourney and then every single world championship. So I got these somewhere.
I went to the third Worlds and Beyond.
I was.
Did you? I think it was Worlds 2 had also not just a comic but a physical deck of Hand of the Gods cards.
Right.
I still have those on my desk at home.
That was either Worlds 3 or 4.
It was.
if I remember right.
It was.
Okay,
Yeah,
you're right because it was. Yeah, it came out later.
Yeah.
I still have that.
That was after we had Scott Gandhi on the team. That was his project.
Honestly, probably sleeve them up so that they can stay safe.
I actually have them. So like, my partner collects like Pokemon cards and other stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like, we have like those big like cardboard box store stuff, and I have one of my own that has like Pokemon cards, Digimon cards, Zatchbell cards, but then I also have one small little section that has the deck from the Hand of the Gods one still in there. So I try to make sure to conserve that.
Between the two of us, we could have a 4-player game. That's all I'm saying. Just saying. Just throwing it out there. Content day.
So, bro, what happened here? You get a little stretch there. Is he okay?
His waist is snatched. What do you mean?
Yeah.
He's been hitting the gym.
He's got the corset going on there.
Yeah.
I think Zeus is okay.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
He might want to see a chiropractor, but he'll be okay. I think this is somebody asking if we could
just a little more.
Have extended it over.
Please, sir, can I have some more?
Weekend's not over. Cool if you want to keep the album still going until Sunday or Monday. Just saying, begging a little bit. Yeah, had up for like it said 58 hours, which is crazy. And
look at this cuckoo though.
Is this 3D? Is this 3D printed?
If not, it's sculpted.
Maybe we can see if there's some information.
Look at the different pictures. We'll probably see more.
Yeah. Well, let's see what else we got here. We'll zoom in on these. This is really cool.
I think it's sculpted now that I'm looking at it closer.
Yeah, it looks sculpted, and honestly, either way, still very cool, very impressive.
Love it.
Very nice work.
I want one.
That's on a good cool.
I want one.
Yeah.
Do you want
Eggy
Sir Pentsworth, or do you want a different one?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Eggy Ramen.
In fact, actually,
Gormizer.
Tell your friend to give it back. I want that one.
I don't want you to make another one. I want to steal that one.
Thoughts on Smite 2? Very cool.
It was really
Thumbs
fun.
up.
Very fun. It was a really cool weekend. It was very fun walking out after like the server went live, because we did like the dev inside straight into servers go live, and walking out and just seeing the amount of empty computers that suddenly appeared because everybody's going home to now play Smite 2. Like everybody, including the dev team, was like ready to jump on it and play a bit of Smite 2. So very fun, very cool weekend. Oh no. We gotta. So along with pet procs, a few gods also got some in-hand effect procs now for themselves, including Yorm, Bakekujira, Fafnir, and Dragon Form, and then a slight alteration to Charybdis's. And so now you can do things like this on Yorm. This is gross, by the way. He's not even full build. He just has like 3 items.
That's good stuff. That's what I want. I want more of that.
More builds like this.
Just don't get breathed on. It's simple.
And that's on Tuesday?
That is on Tuesday.
So not this week of the SCCC, but next week.
Next week's SCCC.
Y'all already been loving your Yorm. I want to see some of this.
This is about to be one of the most fun weeks of Smite to watch. We're gonna be seeing like full damage Fafnirs with ring builds running around in dragon form. I'm excited. First meme on the sub. Charon mains when they see a low HP god recalling at a tower and their ultimate's not ready. We'll throw back to Ed and Eddie. That's good.
That is good.
Oh, that's good.
Wait, and hold on. That guy said my first meme on this sub. You can stop. You nailed it. Yeah. It's so rare that this happens, but you got it in one. You can quit forever.
Do you guys remember their names?
The Canker Sisters?
Well, I remember.
They're
I do not remember the Canker Sisters' names individually. I think there was Marie.
You got one?
Marie is one for sure.
Yep.
One starts with an S, right? And I can't remember who it is.
No, Sarah was not them.
Yeah, Sarah's the
girl who hangs out with Jimmy.
And she's mean.
She's so mean.
She is mean. It's May, Marie.
Oh.
And I don't remember the last one. I was hoping you guys had it. Does anyone?
Someone's gonna have to fact check us now.
It's
if we don't do it ourselves.
May, Marie, and something else.
Don't know.
Yeah, you can. I got you.
So, for a little background context, I screenshot. Oh, hold on. I screenshot this title and sent it to the group chat, and I said, I hope this makes it as a top post because this title just gave me a giggle, which was Fellow Assault Lovers, the game mode, not the crime. In parentheses. I don't know why it made me laugh as much as it did then, but it's
Yeah, because you got to think.
like outside of this subreddit, there's something like
Yeah.
people are gonna be like, what? But like in Smite, this makes a lot more sense.
Like, God forbid this person ever is like in some sort of court case and they're like, we want to bring up this Reddit post from 8 years ago.
Lee
Fellow assault lovers. Some kind of joke to you, buddy? Like, no, you see, I put the game mode, sir. Like, I'm all good.
May Marie and Lee. Lee was the last one.
Didn't remember that one.
I'm on the Ed and
Yeah,
Eddie,
Eddie
wiki.
Yeah,
Oh,
makes
nice.
sense.
Okay, so
No better place to look.
I'm just saying that J-Max stole my thunder.
Oh, sorry. I was reading one in chat that popped up.
Imagine reading chat.
What we got these tablets for? But continuing on with the assault one, how big of a factor do you think team comp plays into the game mode? I would say
An assault?
Yeah, I would say it's about 50%.
I'll give it 50.
I think 50% is a solid impact of factor.
Yeah, I'd give you.
Because if I load into a team with 5 hunters, we might be having some good of a time, but like late game's not going to be as fun. If I'm rolling into 4 tanks, I might as well F6 at 10 because I'm not killing them and they ain't going to die to nothing else.
Yeah, so Barra used to hold assault tournaments where you could have one pro on your team, and there would be some pros that just got like knocked out round 1 because it's impossible. He would let you have one reroll throughout the tournament. So even if you were in 5 rounds, you could only reroll once, where you just dodge the lobby and get a redo. And we beat some teams that we definitely shouldn't have because we got better comps. But like when it gets to brass tacks and you're in a game where you're clearly outclassed, sometimes it doesn't matter if your squad's that much better.
There's also, and it's not going to be as high as 50%, but I feel like, and this is every assault game I have, where you could have a worse draft, but if you are mentally, like if you recognize that you're just going to be better,
Yep.
you could force them, and then they'll sit in their tower.
That's why I'll give it 50-50 for sure.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
I think in some comps as
50%
well, like
comp, 30% skill, 10%
15%
concentrated power and will. Yeah.
5% pleasure, 100% pain. No.
It's 15% pain, I think.
Yeah, and then it's
100%.
100%.
there's no reason to remember the name.
Do you remember the name?
Assault.
Fort
game mode.
Minor.
No, I think 50% is a good like factor weigh in on assault. It also just like, at least for me, I don't know if others do it, but like if I get onto a team and I'm like the lone assassin and I got like hunters and mages only along with me, no actual tanks, I'm probably just gonna run a tank assassin and just kind of go with that. Like if I get like a Naja or I get like a Susano or something, I'm just gonna roll them tank and just have a little bit of fun with it more than anything. But next one is, I didn't realize how much I valued progression in Smite. The alpha is a definite success in my mind, having a blast. That said, didn't realize how much my motivation for the game sense was progression. Not earning favor or worshipers almost makes me want to go back to Smite 1 for now, and really makes me eager for the progression systems implemented in Smite 2.
And that, my friend, is an inherent human quality that everything capitalizes on.
Yep. I want leaderboards. I want shiny numbers.
You want
to,
to, you want to see that you are.
I want to
improving,
see. I want to see even more.
that you're getting stuff.
I want to see how many abilities I hit. You know, like everything. You know, I just want to see it all at the end and be like, that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know why. Don't know why that exists in
just-
all of us.
Even
Look,
just
monkey
like,
brain go burr. Something
Yep.
like number make happy.
Yep.
even just seeing like the not being able to see the post game stats at the time, I was sitting there like, I want to know how much damage I'm mitigating. You know,
Yep.
I played this weird tank character.
Yeah.
I played this crazy DPS. Like I kind of popped off this game. How well did I do?
It's funny
Yeah,
because you
now.
know at the end of the game when you've already won and there's one dude alive, the natural human reaction is to go farm that dude for damage and well.
Yeah.
But you can't see your damage at the end of Smite 2, so I wasn't even doing it. I was like, I don't even care. I'm just gonna let that guy live and end the game because I can't look at my damage numbers. Why
That's
does it
just,
matter?
and that's a tragedy.
That is a tragedy. I want to farm that dude and well, but I didn't want to at that time. Unlucky.
In the future, though,
Yeah.
we're farming that dude.
That dude's
well.
getting autoed 100 times before we end the game.
Discussion. What item do you think or wish more people would build in your games? Their example is the Talisman of Energy. I agree. That's a very fun item. I think more people should build it. But what are some items you wish that your teammates would build more in your games that you're playing?
When I'm ADC, I want Shoguns, but no one ever builds it for me.
It's a good shout.
Yeah. If I want to build crit, I don't want to get like because here's the thing. As an ADC, when you hit level 20 and like fire's always on the right side of the map, you feel like you're trolling if you go to get your purple buff. You know, you're like, if I go there and they pull FG, we might lose. So I want that extra attack speed from somewhere, but like I don't want to build it. I want you to build it. It still gives you the attack speed too. So Shoguns, that's my pick.
I'm gonna keep energy probably as mine as well because like so many supports these days are already running War Flag, and like now that Spartan Banner is kind of good, like you're not getting the War Banner like extra attack speed, kind of buffs and stats. But if you do run War Banner and you run Talisman of Energy, you double dip and you just get a crazy amount of extra bonus stats that come with it. So I'm gonna keep this one as mine as well.
What about you, Gore?
Wards.
That's
You know what?
You know what?
That might be the best answer anybody could say. Is I just wish my teams would buy
Every
more
time
War.
when I finish a game and it's like I've got 20 plus wards placed and the next highest on my team is 5, I cry a little.
Can I just say I would also accept the enemy team buying less.
Yeah.
Instead of my team buying more, I would accept the enemy team buying
if
less.
nobody has vision, that's fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
But when they have vision and we don't, and then we're like, somebody's like, "How are we losing?"
When
It's like,
I'm-
I can tell you how.
When I'm getting raw sniped over walls, when I know they just have vision on me, I get furious. I'm like, why do I just keep getting chunked and we don't care about this? Like we don't care at all.
I will say for more niche stuff, the anti-attack speed items have always
yeah,
been
yeah.
like those. Like I love those things.
Yeah.
If I'm fighting like
They're so niche though that I never really get to build them, but I love those things.
I'm a Midgard enjoyer.
if I'm fighting like a Freya, like I know Midgard isn't optimal against Freya because it's physical defense, but like if I'm facing a Freya, I'm buying anti-attack speed instantaneously. Like I am not about to get shredded
That was
down
my
by that god.
And maybe this speaks to me. 'Cause I'm now actually realizing something as a person, which is that when I was playing support, there are times where I'm like, I'm really happy to help my team out and to peel, but I also really like ruining somebody else's play. And that's in that exact vein where I'm like,
So I just
I'm
like-
going to go up and slam you with a horrific, and I've got this, aura that's going to make you shoot slower. Like, you literally I'm making your gameplay feel worse, and it's so good for me.
Just become a Kumba main. Like that's his entire MO.
I do love playing Kumba. If you lock me in an arena and I have to play a Guardian, I'm locking in a Kumba because I like beating people up.
A couple of big shouts in chat. Anti-heal. I wish my teammates would build more anti-heal if they have the option to. And also a good shout from Billy. I think Emperor's Armor is a little slept on these days. Might
Yeah.
not be the best statted item, but
To be honest with you, as someone who like frequented the duel and the joust scene, I forgot it's ending the game.
Oh, yeah,
It
that's
was
fair, 'cause
removed
they're
from
gone.
It was a staple in duel and joust for so long, and then it was gone. And then when you go to conquest, like when you play care, you never see it. So when I get thrown in support, I forget it exists because I'm so like I'm in that brain mindset of it doesn't exist in this game mode.
Next one is the design of Thor and Mjolnir are a classic in Smite. Do you think they should redesign them or keep them the same in Smite 2?
Yo,
I have to
I just
give
had
a
a thought. What
Shout
if-
out though, real quick, and that's that they went and got the Chinese art.
That we use
For
for like
Smite, like-
promotional pieces.
Yeah, which is impressive to me. That's what they found there.
What if we give them like the upgraded one in Smite 2? You know, the Storm Seeker. Is that what it's called? Stormbringer.
Stormbringer.
Yeah. What if he gets like the enhanced?
Is that how accurate is that? Like just
I don't
Marvel or is that
know.
like actual?
I just saw it in,
That I don't
I just
know.
saw it in Infinity War and I wanted it, but you're probably right. You probably can't do that. Never mind. Don't.
I do think. Well, so I would say keep the essence of what makes him Thor,
Of
but
course.
like absolutely upgrade a lot of it.
Yeah.
Thought I was about to sneeze, so I like pulled the pushed the microphone away. I was about to turn, then I had to sneeze. Yeah, I think you keep it somewhat close to original design, but you give it that Smite 2 upgrade.
I wouldn't
Like, you
mind-
give it that visual bump.
I'd need to see it in game, but in the art, because I haven't looked at it so closely, but like Mjolnir definitely gave more rock vibe than metal vibe. Maybe that's something you could do.
Oh, there you go. There's an in-game. Yeah, it does kind of look like
So,
he's
like-
holding like
Like
a
it's
like a
stone,
like
yeah.
a more
that could
like
be
a more
more
stone pyramid.
Yeah,
like
that
a
could be
gray
more
stone
like
pyramid.
heavy lightning-esque hammer. I think you could probably update his like armor, but I do genuinely think that you could take a very similar model and just Smite 2ify it.
you
as opposed to-
five-ify it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
instead of like slamming with a new everything.
Yeah.
It could even be a new wardrobe as long as it keeps like general shape.
Yeah, I think you keep the essence of it, but you definitely give him that visual upgrade that he would love to have. Climbing up the tower in Smite 2.
Oh,
Oh,
whoa, whoa, whoa,
you got
whoa,
picked
whoa,
up.
whoa.
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa! Whoa!
Okay, that's a first. I haven't seen that one yet.
He dropped him on the side of the
Hold on,
tower.
I gotta watch it
and he
again.
dashed perfectly to climb on top of it.
That's old.
By the way, he had beats.
Whoa,
He did
whoa,
have
whoa,
beads.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, hello.
That's actually really
Oh,
funny.
I love the hello.
Oh.
Yeah, bro had
Oh,
beats.
that's good.
but
Yeah.
we never would have seen him on the tower if he did use beads. So I'm
And
glad.
here's the thing: when we go back to that free beads conversation, but like, there's also that right where like some people have it and they aren't using it anyway.
Yep, that's true.
I don't know how much of a balance and tweaking discussion we want to have about Nuwa for Smite 2, but nice little thread out there if you have ideas for what you'd like to see for Nuwa in Smite 2.
Yeah.
That's out there in a bit.
All right. I'll be open about this, and
Go
I
for it.
recognize this is an entirely unpopular opinion. I want release Nuwa.
Oh, Old Wa?
Because I
Old Wa
love
was fun.
Because Old Wa stunned towers. Old Wa I played solo, and Old Wa I guess had the original shake and bake. You know?
So what do we do with Ganesh though?
He can be. He can
Goodbye,
stay.
Ganesh.
You can make like 2 boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine the lockdown. You've got a
Yep.
Ganesh ult, and then you like diagonalize
Yep.
one of them, and then slam it on top, and then you've got like this really cool star on the map.
What if he just like shrinks you?
demise.
What if he just like shrinks you into the palm of his
And
hand
then
and just
that-
carries you away?
that could be the name.
I used to
It's
play.
Star Demise.
I used to play in this league with Jigs, and he would go Yamoja and I would go the Morgan. It was right when that song The Box came out, and we would double Yamoja like across, and we would just sing The Box, and it would just be when you're double Yamoja, they just can't get out. It's not just like a chasm. It's a box, and we would just sing The Box as it just
It's not just a boulder. It's a rock.
and we would just close them in, and we would just sing.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
That's even better.
It was great. You could get them wherever you wanted.
I think they added a rage quit icon.
I'm interested.
I think it's just the disconnect
Loading.
icon.
Oh, that's
Loading.
just this.
It is.
Loading.
There's
Not
always
loading.
There's always been a disconnect icon.
Not loading, unfortunately. Let's see
Maybe if you
a-
just click. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, that's
Oh,
just.
no, that's just
Oh
temp
no,
art.
that's the temp art icon.
Let's see if they show that though. I bet you people know that because it's been. Yeah, that's a legit good icon.
Unironically, keep that for anybody who leaves the game. Would be funny.
Yeah, placeholder
Placeholder
icon
icon
for
for
gods
gods.
when their card art is not done yet. There we go.
Placeholder
That
for-
guy's a knower.
Yeah.
Actually, placeholder for everything, not just not just their icon. It's
And it
like
is my
abilities and
favorite
everything.
thing when we are playtesting.
I wonder
new
who.
stuff.
I wonder who made it. Who was like just drew that? You know, it is a little silly little face.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who knows?
Lots of,
That's some
lots of-
Smite lore. We
lots of
got to dig
into some
deep.
lore. Maybe
Because
we
that's
can
been
post-
around a
we
long
can post that in
time.
the Slack.
Very
Maybe
long
someone
time.
in
And so-
the Slack will know.
Whoa. Hello.
That was loud.
That's gonna be loud.
Little jump scare there. A big Anubis ult. That's
40.
up pretty quick. So you got some CDR on there, buddy.
Can tell this guy wasn't going for the physical wrap damage build.
No.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Everybody knows the crit strength wrap build is actually the more fun one for Anubis.
But he is up like 15k. Like you're cooking here.
Yeah, he
Is this
he
clip long enough? We're going to get 2 ults in one.
That is.
Oh,
yeah,
it might. It looks like it might be.
Yeah, it's a 45-second cooldown.
Oh, he's gonna get it for the Titan.
Seems
We get
like
the
it.
mid Phoenix, a couple kills, and the right Phoenix, a couple kills.
Let the record show the Anubis ult was not needed for this end, but it is a little silly.
And there it is.
There you go.
And there you go. Play Anubis in Smite 2. It was top 3 most popular gods.
This
Yeah.
is gonna be more combat blink, isn't it?
Sad to see it wasn't an intended feature.
Yeah.
Hide down in the bush, charge it up. Well, they were aware he was there, but they just did not react in time.
And if it
Bit of
ever
a misplay
becomes
by you.
if it ever becomes an intended feature,
He's big mode.
these abilities the effects got to move with them. That's going to be the hard part.
Yeah.
I think Big Mode might be one of my favorite actives.
Yeah, big mode was great for sure.
Smite 2 first impressions and thoughts after 25.7 hours Steam playtime.
Hey, 19%er right there.
We got a 19%er right now.
But I ain't reading all that.
One of us.
Was it?
Looks like it's a big feedback thread that
Yeah.
I'm sure the devs have already
We
taken
got a
some
lot of
time
those.
and read through there. Do we think stealth bushes are here to stay? I think so.
So, and this is actually really interesting because in Paladins, the stealth bushes were there for a while, and they were just kind of awkward.
Mm-hmm.
But in Smite, they feel natural to the map, and it
Right.
feels really good. And I think that's kind of the difference is like having them integrated in a way. And in Paladins, like they had like some moments where it was like, hey, this was a really sick play, but I think it was trying to make it work across all of the maps. Eventually, they just took it out. Maybe it's come back. It's been a while since I've kept my eyes on it, but I like them. I think they feel good. I like walking up because you can ward in them, and it'll show people that are hiding in them. And so you step on the very edge of yours in duo, and then you ward theirs to see if they're trying to hide the same. And when they're not, you just wait for them. And they walk up like little fools, and you just step out, and they didn't know you're there, and you get
The number of early game jump scares I've had trying to go and ward the enemy grass, and all of a sudden they're just like running at me. Too many to count already.
Yep.
Spoiler alert for a clip. later, but the stealth grass is involved in one of them, and maybe that's all I should say.
Wow.
All right.
Already got some spoilies.
They did
Spoilies
say it
for
was an alpha.
this week in Smite. ... 2 later.
Question mark? Well, they did say it was an alpha. All right, what kind of fun bug do we find this time? All right, picks them up. Oh, no, I had this happen a couple of times for me as well, where it's a small bit of latency where you go and you try and pick them up, and you miss the target. You think you hit them, but it didn't actually grab them.
Yeah.
That happened to me. I was playing with F. and Kret, and there was one point where I went in, and I jumped in as Fenrir, got the stun, went in for the ultimate, immediately went for the bite, and then I just hear Kret yelling in my ears, pick him up, pick him up. And I'm like, he's in my mouth. He's like, no, he's not. I turn around, he's like at the tier 2 tower of it. I'm like, how did he get there? He was in my mouth that whole time.
My favorite was Zeus, Bologna 2 and Zeus
Chain Lightning. Yeah.
Sometimes just like
Teleported
sending minions places. And the thing is that it was never the same place, because at one point I was sitting in lane while we were playing, and I'm just like having a good time. And then I'd start to clear my wave, and then I'd look away for a second, like I'm just autoing, and I'd look back, and there'd be more minions there, and I'd be like, what? And then I'd watch them come in.
My favorite.
So we need to make that an actual god ability. It's just send minions somewhere else.
My favorite was Tristan getting neat sniped in our jungle, and he going, "What? Wow, how do they have vision?" And then you just look over, and there's an enemy. There's a
minion sitting in the background,
just chilling in the harpy.
Oh yeah, the number of times I'd go back to clear camp, it's like, what is this guy doing here? And I didn't know why it was happening. Turns out, it's just Zeus and Bologna sending minions. I watched one person. They were playing Bologna. The Phoenix was dead, and they were clearing fire minions, and they were using, hammer, because that's the best way to, to use that to clear. And all of a sudden, you just see a minion zip backwards, zip. There's another one backwards, zip. There's another one. It's like, I can't clear these minions. They keep leaving me. But I've been told that is about all the time that we have here for this week in our Smite. So
if
thank you.
If you're watching on YouTube, tell us below what your favorite moment of the Smite 2 Alpha was. No, you can keep going.
That's a good shout.
Yeah, okay.
So thank you so much.
And that's a thumbnail, baby.
That's an easy thumbnail right there. So thank you so much for coming out to This Week in our Smite. But stick around, because that's not all that we have for you today. We've got a lot more coming up on this Casual Friday. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Trivia.